and they didn't score enough runs, but this team is definitely a powerful lineup.
They come in second in the American League in batting. First pitch tonight, and that one is in there for a called strike on Curtis Granderson. Granderson's hitting only .212, but he does have a 4-game hitting streak, and he's a left-handed batter. The next pitch, that one misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Granderson. Waiting on deck is Polanco and then Ordonez, and Weaver's next pitch. And that one's lifted in the air into center field. Hunter is going back, still back at the wall. It's gone right over the 400-foot sign. It's a home run to dead center field, and just like that, it's 1-0 Detroit.
Well, Granderson has some pretty good numbers in his career against Jerry Weaver. He does have 2 home runs, now 3 home runs, and only 9 official at-bats. You know, he's got some pop. Everyone thinks the line is all that speed, but he does have pop, and that was a fastball with the middle part of the plate and down, and he drove it to dead center. Nothing Tory could do to bring that back.
So the Angels are off to a shaky start, and that ball just kept carrying out to center field. Here's Polanco at the plate, and that one is in there for a called strike. Granderson had that monster year for Detroit in 2007. He had 23 home runs that year, along with 38 doubles and 23 triples. Last year, he had 22 homers, so he's a guy that can hit for power, and he showed it in the game's first at bat. Here's another fly ball. It's lifted into left field, but this one is hanging up for Bobby Abreu. He's under. He'll squeeze it, and Polanco is retired. That's the game's first out.
Yeah, most times you like pitching at night here at Big A, but because it was so warm, the ball's going to carry for quite some time until that cool air settles in. Early part of the game, you're going to see some fly balls that have a little extra carry on, so hopefully it'll be the Angels hitting the majority of them and not the Tigers.
In Weaver's last start Wednesday, he gave up back-to-back homers to Endy Chavez and Ken Griffey Jr. in that ball game, and he has given up a home run already tonight. There's a pitch in there on Ordonez. 0-1 the count. Maglio hitting .295, 5-game hitting streak. He takes that one low and away. And the count level, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-hander against right-hander. 1-0 Detroit here in the top of the first inning, and the pitch, that one is a ball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 2-1, and he takes that one. It's in there for a strike. Ordonez is 6th in the American League in walks coming into this ball game, so his batting average at .295. He hit .317 a year ago. The pitch, and he fouls that one back to the screen. So the count level, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
What I noticed in the past with Jerry Weaver going against the Tigers, they've been real selective as far as swinging at breaking pitches. They lay off it a lot. So Jarrett's going to have to throw that for a strike early on to be able to get him to swing and chase pitches out of the zone.
Here's the 2-2, and he got him on a high fastball. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. So Weaver got him to chase one upstairs right there. And that's his first strikeout tonight. Weaver had 10 strikeouts coming into the game in 2 starts and 11 2/3 innings. So here is Miguel Cabrera, who is raking right now. He's hitting .489. The pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner.
Well, when you see that, you're going over scouting reports as a pitching staff, and you see a guy hitting the ball so well, and then you throw in the bottom line, he always does this year in and year out. It's a difficult task. So you pick a guy in that lineup, who do you don't want to beat you? Obviously, Cabrera's one, but Ordonez is another one, so it's a tough lineup.
Counts 1 ball, 1 strike on Miguel Cabrera, who's leading the majors in batting. He's hit 4 home runs already this season, and he fouls that one back to our right out of play. He's already driven in 12 runs for them in their first 12 ball games. He's tied for 9th in the American League in RBIs, tied for 5th in homers, tied for the league lead in hits so far this season. And he has a 6-game hitting streak coming in. The pitch, he lifts one down the right field side. Matthews toward the line, has a beat on it, and in foul territory, he'll make the catch to end the inning. But the Tigers get a first inning run as the first batter of the game hits one out to dead center. 1 run on 1 hit, the Granderson homer. In the inning, no errors and nobody left. A half inning in the books. It's Detroit.
let's check out the lineup that Detroit will face. Sean Figgins to lead things off, then Howie Kendrick, and Myceres Turris will be the designated hitter. Vlad Guerrero on the DL. Abreu goes 4, and then Tory Hunter with a 7-game hit streak. He played well on the road trip, 4 home runs. Kendry Morales, Mike Napoli, Gary Matthews Jr., and Eric Ibar. On the mound, Armando Galarraga. Great start to the season, and 0.68 ERA.
That's right, that's in 2 starts. Now Galarraga, he's become the ace of the staff. There's no questions early in this game, for sure, in the season. I mean, he shows a plus sinking fastball. It's a good one. He throws strikes with it, got a good slider and a changeup, and he likes to work ahead like most pitchers do when they're on. He has average command, but he's got good makeup and composure. Very good mound presence.
1 run allowed in 13 1/3 innings. First pitch is a good sinking fastball. Looks like it's going to be ball 1, then snaps back on the inside corner for strike 1. Figgins with 12 walks this year. That's second most to Jason Bay of Boston. Got another sinker across. Boy, late movement.
Yeah, and he's been pounding that strike zone, doing a good job of using his defense and keeping his team in the game. That's all you want out of a starter, especially a number 1 starter.
Why not stay with it?
Yeah, he put a little wrinkle on that one, but Figgy's able to foul that one off. But he pitched. Galarraga did 1 time here at Angel Stadium. He only gave up 2 runs on 4 hits in 8 1/3 innings. So he's comfortable pitching here. He's going to utilize that defense. We'll show you here in just a little bit.
Figgins down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Sent foul. Galarraga won't overpower you. He'll go from 87 to 93, Rex, but it doesn't seem like he can throw anything straight.
Right. He's got great movement, and hitters will tell you that they're looking for a certain pitch a certain way, and as he gets to the plate, it turns away from him, and it makes a result of a ground ball, a little pop-up. He's got a good changeup that he'll use, and lately he threw a lot of sliders. So later in the game, so the Angels will have to just kind of feel him out first time through.
Sean knocks it down first base side, foul. Now in his first start, Galarraga beat Texas, and that's a really good offensive team. Allowed 1 run in 7 innings, and then he comes back against another pretty good offense in the Chicago White Sox and shuts them out for 6 1/3. He's thrown 5 pitches, all strikes, to Sean Figgins. Well, he is peppering that first base line.
No, it's a good AB he's got going here. He's fouling off all those close pitches. He doesn't want to get called out looking, but those are 3 sliders in a row. He's just using that 2-strike approach where he's going to inside out and try to hit anything that's close.
Lowe didn't chase it. That's his first pitch out of the strike zone. He's thrown 7 pitches, and 6 have made the strike zone. He knows he doesn't have to face that guy who'll swing at just about everything. Vlad Guerrero out for at least a month. He will be checked by Dr. Louis Yoakum. Ground ball second base. Polanco throws him out, 1 down.
Hey, that defense is very important behind a sinker ball pitcher. The only new addition is Carlos Guillen out there. Carlos is the left fielder. He was their shortstop last year, but he's filling in the outfield. You see Santiago, he's picking over for Adam Everett, who's been ill. He's a shortstop. But, you got Brandon Inge, third base. He's a very good defender. And you're seeing Guillen in an unfamiliar position, left field.
With Detroit, he's played first, third, short, and now he's in left field. But he can hit.
Yep, he's a good athlete. He can handle all those spots. Basically, he's just been filling in for whatever the team needs.
Howie Kendrick can also hit, but he had a rough road trip going just 2 for 20, including striking out 6 times. He struck out 3 times Sunday in the Angels' 3-1 loss in Minnesota. Little fastball by him at 91 miles an hour. Usually Howie squares that one up. He's going through a tough time. But I tell you, no one will work harder than Howie to get out of this slump.
He's got a great swing. No doubt about it, but he's only human. It's not possible to carry that out every single day.
Polanco has it. 2 outs. Remember, Howard started 3 for 26 his first call-up as a rookie. Went back to AAA. First guy he called was his hitting coach Jim Everett at Salt Lake and said, hey, let's get the curveball machine out because they're throwing me a lot at the bigs and I'm not getting hits at them. There's Mickey Hatcher, who's been working a lot with Howie Kendrick because that young man's so important to the success of the Angels offense.
There's no doubt you got to have your top 3 hitters that can hit. Meiser or Sturris may not be your prototypical type third place hitter in the order, but Socha's got him in there for now because he can drive runs in. He's gotten off to kind of a slow start, just hitting 143, but he's 2 weeks in. It's important Angel fans understand that it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Angels just don't want to get too far back. Seattle off to a good start. They are 8-5 this year. Oakland and Texas are 5-7. Then the Angels are 4-8. So it will be a competitive American League West this year. Certainly not as easy as the Angels had it last year when they won 100 games and won the West by 21. Tory Hunter hoping he has a chance to swing in this inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Did not chase that heater low.
Yeah, but he's very disciplined too. You know, he's got a good level swing from both sides of the plate, and we'll see how things turn out.
Foul. Good play. Look at that. Number 30. He's got Nolan Ryan's old jersey on.
Look at his son there, man. He's going, look what Daddy just did for you. Nice. He's giving him a round of applause. Yeah. Way to go, Pops. Meiser hit him a souvenir of a lifetime. See, that man will never forget that, and he'll probably sign it for his young lad there.
And got it a full standing ovation from his pop, from his son, excuse me. Look at that. And that, you know what? That's why you bring your glove to the game, not only to catch foul balls, but to protect the little ones.
He's saying, Dad, let me have the ball. But, you know, they think they're afraid he'll throw it on the field. And he's starting to tear up because he wants the ball. Come on, Dad.
He's got a Rally Monkey backpack going there, too.
Way to go.
Meiser right back up the middle. That is past the shortstop Santiago, and the Angels have a man out with 2 outs here in the first inning.
Okay, now Galarraga, he tried to deflect that ball. He almost did. It hit off his calf, but wasn't near Santiago. He couldn't exactly field that one cleanly. But see, this is a reaction a pitcher does sometimes. He'll kind of throw that up there and try to knock it down anyway.
You don't encourage your little leaguers to throw their body parts in front of a line drive, do you?
Thing to do if you're a pitcher.
He thought he was Jonas Hiller out there on the mound.
Jonas was real good up in the Shark Tank.
Yeah, hopefully he'll have a good game tonight. 2 outs, a base runner on at first. Angels down 1-0. Here's Abreu batting. Left-handed swinger and the pitch. And he takes that one outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Bobby Abreu. He's had hits in 6 of his last 7 games, and out of the 12 games the Angels have played, he's had hits in 10 of them. So he's been consistent. And he's also tied with Sean Figgins for the American League lead in stolen bases. He's 7 for 7 in steal attempts already this year. There's ball 2, 2-0.
See that an awful lot. 2-0 counts, 3-1 counts. Get himself into predictable, good fastball hitting counts. That's why he's had such a long, successful career.
Tory Hunter, who has an 8-game hitting streak, he waits on deck with 2 outs. We'll see if Abreu can keep the inning alive. Galarraga taking more time now with a runner on base, delivers, and there's a broken bat liner into center field. It's going to fall in for a hit. Meiser will have to stop at second. Boy, Abreu had the barrel of the bat shatter there. It ended up behind first base, retrieved by the umpire Mark Wegner. So Bobby Abreu's on, 2 on base at first and second with 2 outs for Tory Hunter.
Well, good fastball count, but that was good movement by Galarraga. He got it off the end of the bat, but Bobby Abreu is so strong, fought that off. Gets a base hit in the center, and the scenario set up perfectly for their hot hitter, in Tory Hunter.
So here's Tory. 4 home runs for the Angels. That's tops on the club. In fact, in this lineup tonight, only 3 Angel hitters out of the 9 have homered so far this season. The pitch, and Tory chops that one foul on the third base side. 0-1 to count. Tory's had hits in all but one of the 12 games this season, and he brings an 8-game hitting streak into play tonight. 308 average. He's never had a hit against Galarraga, 0 for 6. And now Hunter, tired of waiting on him, he steps out of the box. Galarraga retired the first 2 on groundouts, and he's given up back-to-back 2-out hits. Here's the pitch on Hunter. He takes that one for a strike. 0-2 the count.
Galarraga very difficult to steal against, too. Quick to the plate, about 1-1-9 to 1-3. Changes his time to pickoffs. Very good holding the baseball, too. It's going to be a tough task to steal on him tonight, too.
Here's the 0-2 on Hunter. That's low. Smothered nicely by Gerald Laird, their new catcher this season. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tory. If he gets on base with 2 outs in the inning, Morales waits on deck. Galarraga ready. There go the runners. The pitch is chopped foul. So they were on the move right there on that 1-2 delivery. And as Torres really got a good jump.
Yeah, good read. It's almost if he knew a breaking pitch was coming. A lot of times a base runner will see that, especially when you're at second base, and, try to figure out the pattern he's going to deal with signs, and that's why Blanco's in there talking to Galarraga now, and maybe to change it up because Torres had a great jump. He stole that easily.
Talk about Galarraga controlling the running game. Only 7 bases were stolen against him last season in the 30 games and the 28 starts he appeared in. So he does a pretty good job shutting down the running game. 1 ball, 2 strikes the pitch. Hunter takes low. 2-2. And the pitch count here in this first inning is mounting. It's pitch number 27 here in the first inning.
Yeah, as much as he looked like he was cruising along, you're right. He's still not out of this inning. It's a tough task right now against Tory.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 1-0 Detroit, bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. And it's ripped but caught by the third baseman Inge. He jumped up and took that liner out of midair. Hunter scorched that ball, but it's the end of the inning. Tough break right there for Tory, and for Galarraga, he pitches out of first inning trouble. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left after 1.
In the box right now, try the mini sirloin burgers. They're 3 delicious burgers on toasted mini buns. Back at the Big A, hot evening in Southern California. Detroit with a 1-0 lead on a Granderson home run to lead off the ball game. Jared Weaver now to face Carlos Guillen and deliver strike 1. Weaver's thrown 17 pitches, 12 have made that strike zone. Guillen fouls it back.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for Brandon Inge's nice leaping ability there, the Angels would have one, maybe two. So, you know, it's good try, good at B. They milked a lot of pitches from Galarraga in that first inning. And Inge showing some hops.
But the Angels with 3 really good at-bats in that inning, Rex, when you consider Izturis, Abreu, and Hunter all battled back from being down in the count.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that start.
And then Tory robbed as he rips a screaming line drive right to Brandon. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off.
Guillen in his 11th season now in the big leagues. He's a fine player. You talked about the fact that he could play anywhere out there on that diamond. I mean, yeah, and start. You know, he's being challenged to play left field this year, but this guy is a career .290 hitter, 10 years in the majors.
.289. Wherever you put him, he hits. He has not been able to stay healthy, and right now he's not 100%. He has an Achilles problem. But he's playing through it. He wants to be their everyday left fielder. Way inside and down. And it goes back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Game 1 of a 3-game series. Tomorrow night, Justin Verlander against Joe Saunders. And then Thursday, Edwin Jackson against to be determined. Mike Scioscia still not saying who his Thursday starting pitcher will be, nor who his Saturday starting pitcher will be. But he did say Darren Oliver's going back to the bullpen. He's too important. There's a line drive, a base hit left field in front of Bobby Abreu. So Carlos Guillen with a leadoff base hit. Hey fans, tomorrow night is the Angels Knit Cap Beanie giveaway, free for all fans in attendance. This red Angels beanie with blue visor comes with a buy one get one free Blizzard coupon courtesy of Dairy Queen. Don't get left out in the cold. Log on to angelsbaseball.com or visit the Angel Stadium.
He's had 1 extra base hit so far in limited playing time, and that was a solo homer. So Weaver working from the stretch. There goes the runner. The pitch is a ball. The throw to second. The tag late. Stolen base. Guillen gets his first of the season. He had 9 last year. So they tested Weaver and Napoli, and even though the throw was on target, it was just a little bit late.
Well, a lot of times, a lot of clubs will try to steal against Jerry Weaver because of his deceptive delivery. He has a propensity to be a little bit slower going towards the plate, and Mike Knapp is still coming back from that surgery on his shoulder too. It's a combination where you're going to see the Tigers run.
So here's the 1-0, and that's cut on and fouled back just to our left upstairs and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. This is a good hitting team, the Detroit Tigers. They have some weapons in that lineup. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Weaver checking second, delivers. And that one misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike. When the season began, the Tigers had Gary Sheffield, but they released him, and then he signed with the New York Mets. He's with the Mets now. 2-1 pitch. That one is pitch in there for a strike. 2-2 the count. Waiting on deck is Gerald Laird. Weaver is set, gets the sign from Napoli, and delivers. There's a swing and a miss. So down on strikes goes Larish, struck him out, and Weaver gets his second strikeout.
Well, you talk about a well-located fastball in the outside part of the plate. It was set up because he threw a changeup to him early in this at-bat. So it had Larish thinking in lines of an all-speed pitch, and he had to swing as if he was looking for something off-speed. Good fastball by Jarrett.
So that's the first out, still the runner at second. And here's Laird, who's off to a good start with his new club, hitting .344. He comes in with a little 3-game hitting streak. The pitch, and there's one that's foul tipped into the mid of Napoli. The Tigers acquired Laird from the Rangers during the offseason. He hit .276 last year with Texas. Local product from Westminster, went to La Quinta High School. Right-hander against right-hander. The pitch on Laird, and he takes that one low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Always been a good fastball hitter, Laird has been. Has some troubles against right-handed breaking pitches, whether it be a slider or a curveball, but you have to get ahead and not be in the fastball counts because he will make you pay for the poor located fastball.
He's seen Weaver in the past, but he's never had a hit against him. 0 for 9 lifetime, and he pops this one up in a shallow right field. Matthews comes in under. He'll squeeze it, and that'll be the second out. 2 are gone. Brandon Inge will be the next batter. Inge had a tough year last year. He hit just .205, but he's off to a lot better start this season, hitting .286. He's already hit 4 home runs and driven in 11. And he's a guy that they've moved around a lot. He's played third base, center field, left field, catcher. Did all of that last season with Detroit.
If you go around and ask managers and coaches alike in the American League who's the best, one of the best fielding third basemen, they're going to always say Brandon Inge's name up there at the top.
Yep.
He could pick it. He made a great play against Tory in the last inning.
Sure did. It's 1-0 Tigers. We're in the second. Weaver delivers. And that pitch a little bit outside. He misses ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Ready is Weaver, has the sign. Checks second. 1-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss. He fooled him off speed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mentioned Inge had a tough year last year, hitting just .205, and it was right near the end of August last season that he started using a more upright batting stance, and it seems like it's working because he's off to a good start this year. Pitch on its way, that one's low. 2-1 the count. He's just a career .237 hitter, and he really struggled against right-handed pitchers last year. He hit .196. Two balls and a strike. Infield back with 2 outs. The pitch, and Inge chops the ball softly third base side. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble. Weaver's throw to first. It gets away from Morales. Coming in and scoring from second is Guillen. It's now 2-0 Detroit. Well, Inge can run, and Weaver would have been better served there to just eat the baseball, but he tried to get him, and the throw was a little bit off on Morales, who never came away with it.
Yeah, that's the big thing as a pitcher. On these type of plays, you're better off, like you mentioned, Perry, just eating it, because you know it's not going to roll foul. This stadium has shown many a times watching your hitters bunt down that line. It's not going to roll foul. You just eat it and get a chance to get through the inning. But Kenny Morales also has to come up and make that play. Like he got distracted as Inge was going down the line also. It's a gift run now for the Angels they gave the Tigers.
So that's going to be an RBI single, the way they score it. And it's 2-0 Detroit as the pitch is in there on the next batter, Ramon Santiago. It's 0-1. Inge getting his 12th RBI of the season. The pitch, there's one that's a low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I don't think Inge ever got an RBI like that in his career. With a man on second to dribble it down the third baseline and get an RBI out of it.
Yeah.
Might indeed get changed down the road, but the play, though, that looking back, Jared holds on it, or at the very least, Kenny Morales keeps that ball in front of him and the run doesn't score.
Sure. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The pitch. That's foul tipped. It might have got a piece of the home plate umpire, Tim Timmons. 1-2 the count. So the Angels, especially on the road trip, Seattle and also Minnesota, playing catch-up baseball. That's going to be the case again tonight. It's 2-0 Tigers here in the second. Weaver delivers, and there's a swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. Struck him out, and that'll do it for Detroit. Couple of strikeouts in the inning, but they get another run. They had 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. The bottom of the second is next. 2-0 Tigers on the Angels Baseball Network.
scores a run. Now bottom of the second we go, and Kendry Morales will lead things off. Angels not defending well early. They had a rough time defensively on Sunday in a 3-1 loss to Minnesota. And remember, after the ball game, Rex, you're saying, you know, the Angels just aren't playing sharp baseball right now.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah. Morales fouls it off.
And you got to know your hitters. And I know that the first day in, they go over all the hitters, who can run, who can't run. You know, Morales would have liked to have come off of that bag knowing that there was no chance to get in, and at least made an attempt to throw out Yin, who was coming the whole way. It looked like he was running all the way, but he left his foot on the base and he couldn't stretch around the runner, so the runner was already by the bag. So these are all little things that sometimes when you're going bad, things are happening that they seem to happen.
Does not bite in a breaking ball, and count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kendry Morales. And the Angels, known for their consistent play. The Halos have played 15 consecutive months with a 500 or better record, the longest current streak in the major leagues. With Mike Scioscia's team off to a 4-8 start.
You see all the movement that Galarraga has on his pitches. Those sliders are breaking down. Anything that has that downward plane is tougher for a hitter. If the pitcher, the sinker baller, has the ball down in his wrist and he's on the side a little bit, that's going to flatten the ball out and keep it in the hitting plane longer. But when you have downward action, you're going to get swing and misses and hitting the top of balls a lot. He's got nice movement on his pitches.
Said no to the fastball, wants to go with the breaking ball, and it is hit down the line foul. And the left-hander's really knocking that foul at first base line. Figgins was doing it, as Turris did it several times. And now Kendry Morales.
The one good thing, though, is like Morales and some of the other hitters in that first inning, they're milking some pitches. Now that's 35 pitches already thrown by Galarraga. As many they can get out of him, get him out of the game. He's good.
Backhanded by Santiago, and his throw skips away from the first baseman Miguel Cabrera, so Morales is
for that one. They're going to give him a single on it. Santiago's one-hop throw looked like it might have been there in time, but Cabrera just couldn't handle it.
And that's one of those hops too that, you know, most first basemen will have an opportunity to catch. You have plenty of time to be able to scoop. It wasn't a short hop. Cabrera came up as a third baseman, has played some outfield when he was with the Florida Marlins too. Strong arm, but now settling over first base for the Tigers.
Yep. So the Angels get a base runner. And here's Mike Napoli, who's hitting .231. Napoli is 2 for his last 20. The pitch, and that's low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Mike represents the tying run at the plate. Of course, excellent power. Galarraga taking some time, and Napoli asked for time. Steps out of the box now, moves back in there. Right-hander against right-hander. The pitch. And that is in there for a called strike. He came in with a breaking ball, it looked like there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Napoli definitely loves that fastball, particularly up in the strike zone. Galarraga sinker baller, but you see Napoli trying to force him up. The Angel hitters are going to try to do against Galarraga.
Here's the 1-1, and that one misses low and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Game 2 of the series will be tomorrow night. Justin Verlander, who's off to a slow start for Detroit, 0-2 with an ERA of just under 8, will pitch for the Tigers. And Joe Saunders, 2-1 record, ERA of just over 2, goes for the Angels. The pitch, that's outside. Now it's 3-1. The wrap-up game of the series is Thursday night. Edwin Jackson coming up a solid start, will go for Detroit. They got him from Tampa Bay during the offseason. And the Angels are undecided as far as the starting pitcher for Thursday. There's a possibility, a pretty good possibility, someone will be coming up from the minors to start that game. 3-1 on Napoli, and he missed inside. So the Angels have their first 2 on to start off the bottom of the second.
Well, you like to see that, too. Fastball count for Mike Napoli. He's going to be aggressive, wants to drive the ball, but you didn't want to swing at a pitcher's pitch that wasn't in his zone. Patient, need base runners. A lot of guys, when you struggle as a team, you got guys up there trying to hit a 5-run home run. And, well, it's not going to work. You just want to be patient. Get a pitch you can drive or do the little things to be able to manufacture a run, because you got to score some runs to let everyone else in that whole lineup relax.
So here is Gary Matthews Jr. He's getting the start tonight in right field. He's had just 3 hits in 17 times up. He's hitting .176. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Ibar waiting on deck. Go-ahead run at the plate. Matthews is 1 for 6 lifetime against Galarraga. Here's the pitch. And he takes a strike on the outside corner.
It's surprising, 1 for 6. You would think against Galarraga. Gary Matthews batting left-handed against the right-handed Galarraga. Low ball hitter, throws a lot of fastballs, and Gary likes that fastball down in his zone. So you think that's a better matchup in this spot.
We'll see what he can do against Galarraga this time around. And here's the next pitch. He checks. They want an appeal on that one. They say he was holding. The call made by the third base umpire, Jeff Kellogg. He's the crew chief. 1 ball, 1 strike on Matthews. Galarraga has made a lot of pitches already in trying to protect this 2-0 lead. 43 pitches. He's gotten only 3 batters out in the game. The pitch. That one is lifted in the air in the center field. Granderson broke in, now goes back. He'll make the catch. Morales is going to tag, and he will easily go to third on that one. So it was deep enough to center off the bat of Matthews that he advances the lead runner. And now the Angels have him at the corners with 1 out for Eric Ibar.
Morales did a nice job. Initially he was caught in between, but went back to Granderson, who covers a lot of ground in the outfield, but does not have a particularly strong arm. And Dino Ebel, third base coach, knows that. Waved Morales back to second to make sure he was able to tag up. And now he's at third base now with a chance to be able to scratch a run across. Like I said, just get runs across, take a little pressure off that offense.
So the Angels will have the contact play on here with Ibar at the plate. 1 out, runners at first and third. Morales is that lead runner at third base. Here's the pitch on Ibar. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Ibar 0 for 2 lifetime against Galarraga as he bats against him for the first time tonight. 2 runs, 3 hits for Detroit. No runs, 3 hits for the Angels. Bottom of the second. Eric has had hits in 5 of his last 6 games. He got out of the block slowly, but has been hitting better the last week. Third baseman Inge is right at the edge of the grass. He's in. And Galarraga bluffing a pickoff toss there to third, and then he turned around and just threw a lollipop to first base to Cabrera.
Never worked for me.
How many times did you try it?
Maybe once or twice. It's one of those plays, even as a pitcher, you look in the dugout, I used to scream at the opposing pitcher for doing that one.
Right.
Steve Busby, former Royal, was the one that perfected that move. Early on, you can get people, but nobody gets that move anymore.
Yep. Here's the 0-1, and that one is low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. If you're a base runner and you get caught at first base on that one, that should be like a quadruple fine or something.
Yeah, if you're coming off the field, you might want to run all the way up into the clubhouse. The guys in the bench will get you pretty hard.
There you go. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count here on Eric Ibar. Sean Figgins, the leadoff man, waiting on deck. 1 out, runners at first and third. Galarraga taking a lot of time, delivers. That one is slapped out of the reach of the shortstop, Santiago. It drops into left field. That's an RBI hit for Ibar. The Angels on the board. It's 2-1 Detroit.
Solid AB by Eric Ibar. Stayed with that pitch in the outer half of the plate, hit it hard into left field. Now, if Morales doesn't go to third base, they might play the infield back a little bit further for a double play. In that situation, man on third gets the run across. Good base running by the Halos. Well, that was a good pitch, too, by Galarraga. Running away, sinking down off the outside part of the plate, but a better at bat for Eric Ibar. Shoots it in there for an RBI single.
So Ibar gets his 4th RBI of the season. It cuts the Tiger lead in half. There's still only one out with runners at first and second. Rick Knapp, who's their pitching coach this season, is out there to have a word with Galarraga. And Figgins will be the next batter to face him once that meeting breaks up.
I'm thinking he might be saying, hey, don't worry. I mean, they were paying a lot of attention to Mike Napoli at first base. And, you know, Napoli will sneak in a stolen base here and there, but he wasn't that far off the bag, and Galarraga was paying a lot of attention to him. Maybe cost him a run.
So the meeting wraps up. And we want to remind Angel fans, tomorrow night is the Angels knit cap beanie giveaway, free for all fans in attendance. It comes with a buy one, get one free Blizzard coupon that's courtesy of Dairy Queen. You can log on to angelsbaseball.com or visit the Big A ticket window to purchase tickets for tomorrow night's ball game. First pitch, and that one is a little bit low for a ball. I feel you looking at me on that one, Gooby. What do you got going there?
I'm looking forward to the hat, especially when it's nice and cool out like it is today.
You were giving me a stare down over there. I knew the wheels were churning over there. 1 ball and no strikes on Sean Figgins. The pitch. And that one is low, ball 2, 2-0. One thing about Galarraga, Mark, he just hasn't been real aggressive here, even pitching with the lead.
I mean, his pace in the first inning on, I mean, in the first couple batters he gets out, then all of a sudden he slowed down and looks like he's having a tough time even reading the signals from there behind the plate.
Angels have had 4 hits, 2 in each inning. And here's the 2-0 on Sean, and he fouls that one off on the third base side. That nearly caught Dino Ebel, the Angels' third base coach. 2-1 the count. Howie Kendrick waiting on deck. Figgins grounded out to second his first time up. Middle part of the infield, a double play depth. Next pitch on Sean. He lines one into left field. That'll be a base hit. Going into third base and being held there will be Napoli as the throw comes in quickly from Guillen, the left fielder. The Angels have the bases loaded, their third hit in the inning, and now the batter will be Howie Kendrick.
That's what we talked about, getting base runners now producing with runners in scoring position, which has been a tough task so far for the Angels. But you have the right guy, Howie. Everyone's going, he's sinking the ball away against the lefties. They're going the other way, not trying to pull it. And Howie's got to think the same thing. If he's on the outer part of the plate, you go to right center. If they come inside on that one, that's when you drop the head of the bat and drive it, maybe get a couple across.
Howie's been up 4 times this season with the bases loaded, and he has 1 hit. Runners everywhere. Kendrick grounded out his first time up. Here's the pitch, and he takes a strike. Galarraga took something off that pitch right there. It's 0-1. Napoli, the lead runner at third. Ibar at second. Figgins on at first. A base hit likely gives the Angels the lead. At worst, it ties the game. Here's the pitch, and that one is low. 1-1 the count. In Galarraga's first start of the season, he worked 7 innings. His last start, last Wednesday against the White Sox, he worked into the 7th inning. But he's already thrown 53 pitches here in less than 2 innings tonight. That one is chopped foul right by home. It's 1-2.
You see his pitching pattern, what he's trying to do with the sequences is stay inside with the fastball, hard with that fastball on the inside part of the plate against Howie Kendrick. That's a tough ball to be able to try to get in the air to drive across the run. A lot of times you see a ground ball in that spot.
Howie's been in a skid. He's 2 for his last 21. He could use a hit here. The 1-2 pitch. He fights it off, fouls it back on the right side, back to the view level to our right, and it's still 1-2.
That was a good pitch to drive, too. It was a hanging slider. Howie would love that pitch back. see Galarraga coming back with a slider. They're probably going to try to come fastball inside again.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. The next pitch. And Kendrick looks one over it. Fastball just missed on the outside corner. 2-2 the count. Angel Stadium has been a real tough place for Detroit to visit in recent years. Going back to the start of the 2002 season, they've won only 8 of their last 33 games against the Angels here at the Big A. And the Angels threatening here to at least tie it. The pitch. Kendrick chops one down the third base side. Great stop by Inge. Fires to the plate. And out at home is Napoli. It was a force play there. Laird did a great job. He might have gotten spiked as Napoli went sliding in feet first, but what a play by Inge.
Well, we talked about him being one of the best there is in baseball. I mean, that's a spectacular play. Not only has to feel the tough chop, but has to jump and throw behind Mike Napoli, and Gerald Laird had the presence of mind to catch that ball as Napoli sliding in. But all the credit goes to Brandon Inge. That was a very athletic, solid play at third base.
So they get the force out at home. Now 2 outs in the inning. Still the bases loaded, and as Torres will be the next batter. Just watching the replay, Gooby, look at that stop and throw by Inge, and he put that throw right on the money.
Exactly. He had to throw that ball perfectly. Not only he has to catch that ball on a tough hop, he jumps and throws to the inside part of the bag. Otherwise, there's no way they're going to be able to make the throw at home. So everything he did on that play was perfect. But not for the Angels.
Right. And Laird did get spiked. There was no intent there. Napoli was just sliding in feet first. And Laird appears to be okay. So that'll be a fielder's choice. Napoli out at home 5-2. Third baseman to catcher. And now with the bases still loaded and 2 outs, the Angels need a hit from Myceris Turris, who in his Angel career has been a clutch hitter. The Angels need a clutch hit from him here. Galarraga delivers as Torres takes low, ball 1. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Angels Baseball Network. Here's the 1-0 pitch. As Torres lifts one down the left side, foul. That's going to get way back and out of play. So the count even, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. So if Galarraga gets out of this inning giving up only 1 run, he'll feel good about it. He's already been bailed out in this inning on the play by Inge, the third baseman. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Meiser. Galarraga taking time, delivers. As Torres checks and that pitch misses low. So the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Meiser this season with runners in scoring position is just 1 for 7. And this is the first time this year he's batted with the bases loaded. He's worked the count to 2-1. The next pitch. And he takes that one. Boy, that was a close pitch. A little bit low. It's 3 balls and a strike.
Boy, if bases loaded, you're on the mound. You're trying to aim that fastball. It's a tough one, especially the crowd behind the Angels right now. And Myceris Turris, we talk about him being a professional hitter. Yeah, he's struggled so far with runners in scoring position this year, but he's been one of the best for the club over the years.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. He chops it on the right side. It looks like an easy play. The throw by Polanco in plenty of time to get him. And the inning is over on a 4-3 ground out. The Angels sent 7 to the plate and get just 1 run in the inning. 3 hits, no errors, a walk, and
by Brandon Inge preserve that lead, and so the Tigers now, after a lengthy bottom of the second, will come and hit here in the top of the third. Weaver had to sit down for quite a while. He's going back to work now against Curtis Granderson.
It appears it's going to be a dogfight here tonight for the Tigers to try to win the first game of this series against the Angels, who came in reeling on the season. As a matter of fact, they're off to their worst start in a long, long time.
Here's the 1-1 to Curtis.
Oh.
Swinging a high, towering drive right field. Matthews going back. He looks at this one, and it will fly.
Go ahead, CJ.
Curtis Granderson hits his second home run to lead off an inning, and the Tigers are ahead 3-1.
And CJ stands for Curtis Jr., for those of you that did not know that. That's a big fly.
That's unbelievable. I mean, you do that immediately.
Well, whack. We talked about it a couple of days ago. Curtis was struggling. But in that second game of the series against Eric Bedard, he started to take a lot more pitches. Mario, he had a couple of walks in that game. He had the one single. Then all of a sudden he goes out against Silva on that Sunday. Has a pretty good day. Not a great day, but he's been seeing a lot of pitches. He's been much more patient. And when you start to develop more patience as a hitter and you have the talent that Granderson has, it's going to turn in your favor sooner or later.
Polanco pops this one up. Shallow right field. Kendrick for the out.
That's the second time they've jammed Polanco with a fastball inside here tonight.
Granderson, by the way, now with 4 home runs on the year and 8 RBIs. And we've talked about how he just absolutely loves hitting in this ballpark. He has continued that here tonight, and it seems like every time he steps into the stadium, and I talked to Curtis about this last year, he said he just feels good here. He likes the sight lines. It's an easy center field to play.
Weather's always good.
Weather's great.
Weather's
Absolutely.
always good. I mean, that's why the Tigers play good against the American League West. That's why Maglio has great numbers in this ballpark. Every time you come to California, the weather's always going to be good. It's going to be warm. Look at his numbers in this yard.
30 RBIs in 43 games here. That's line to left. That's a base hit. One out single for Ordonez. That last home run by Granderson, that was one of those majestic home runs. Hit it high, and he hit it so high that you wondered, I wonder if it's going to make it, and it did easily.
The ball is flying out of here tonight as it does in the summer. And that's because the weather tonight is unseasonably warm for April 21st.
Day games here, the ball really travels. Here's Cabrera. And of course, Miguel came over to the Tigers last year in the big deal involving a lot of the Tigers prospects. The Angels were reportedly one of the front runners to land Cabrera last year, and he ended up in a Tigers uniform, and they were hoping that they would be able to stick him in the middle of that lineup with Vlad Guerrero. Line foul back out of play.
The Tigers had better pieces to offer the Florida Marlins for Cabrera. They had Andrew Miller, tall, lanky left-hander with a world of promise. And they also had Cameron Maybin, who many believe will be an impact player in center field. That's how the Tigers were able to land Cabrera. Not the other 4 pieces they gave up. Those 2 pieces that they gave up, Miller, Cameron.
Did you see where Andrew Miller was put on the DL again?
I did not see that. He had a rocky start, was it yesterday?
Yeah, Pittsburgh. And they put him on the DL immediately after the game.
It's too bad. Good kid.
Oh, 0-2 on Cabrera. High, towering fly ball. This one is hit pretty well. Matthews in front of the wall to make the catch.
He just missed that. Just missed it. Take a look at it from the side. Boy, is he powerful, strong. Just got underneath it, just a hair.
2 gone. Cabrera has flied out to right field twice tonight. Here is Guillen. Carlos singled, stole a base, came around to score back in the second. They, by the way, have to this point not changed the ruling on that play in which Guillen scored in the second. They on the ball that was thrown away first, they called it a straight hit and an RBI. Should I wait a little longer before I change it?
That's been one of the worst calls I've seen in a long time, buddy. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm just calling them like I see it.
I'm with you. The 0-1. That is pulled down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Matthews will try and dig it out. And he gets by him. Here comes Maglio. They're going to hold him. So Ordonez will stop at third. Guillen gets to second.
In any case, and now they have runners at second and third with 2 outs for Jeff Larish.
When you talk about a big point of the game, this is a big point for the Angels to stay involved in this game. And Larish has a lot of power too, but you get second and third. It's going to be up to Jared to be able to make some quality pitch to get through this inning, get the offense back to Hackett.
So the meeting at the mound right now. Mike Butcher out there to talk it over with Jared Weaver, and as they discuss the situation in the next batter, Larish, we want to remind you that you can always stay in touch with us here in our Angel Radio booth by dropping us an email. The email address is radio@angelsonair.com. Whether you have a question or a comment, radio@angelsonair.com. Tomorrow during Angels warm-up, we'll go through some of the best emails of the week, so you still have time to drop us a line, radio@angelsonair.com. Weaver working with runners at second and third, delivers. The first pitch is squibbed foul over on the third base side near the Angels dugout. 0-1 the count. And Larish might have cracked his bat on that foul ball. He gets some new lumber.
Mike Butcher might have ran out there and told Jared, you're throwing a lot of fastballs. That was a changeup to Larish. He's got a very good changeup, Jared, but he's been relying a lot more so on that fastball, and this Tiger lineup loves to hit the fastball.
2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. And that one is in there for a strike, so he's in the hole. It's now 0-2. Larish has been to the plate this season 11 times with 2 hits and 4 strikeouts. Weaver has him down, the 0-2 pitch, and that one just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Great spot. Back-to-back changeups and elevated a fastball. Now you got Larish thinking, is he going to come back with a fastball, or is he going to drop that changeup back on him?
The count's 1-2 on the left-handed batter. The next pitch, he lifts one in the air to center field. Tory Hunter is going back, still going back, spins around, and on the warning track, he makes the catch. Tory finally found it out there, and just in the nick of time, the inning is over, and they leave 2 in scoring position. In the inning, 1 run on the leadoff homer by Granderson, his second of the game. They had 3 hits in the inning, no errors, and they leave a pair. The bottom of the third is next. It's 3-1 Detroit on the Angels Baseball Network. Bobby Abreu gets set to lead off the Angels' third inning. And the first pitch from Galarraga, who's working with a 3-1 lead. A little bit low for ball. The count 1 ball, no strikes. Terry Smith, Mark Gubasan, our producer-engineer Darren Chan with you on this Tuesday night for Angels baseball. It's great to be back at the Big A. The 1-0. And that one is in there for a strike. Our partner, Gooby, Rory Marcus, a little bit under the weather tonight. Hope to have him back tomorrow.
Yeah, texted a few times with him. He said he's feeling better and he should be here tomorrow. This will be great.
There's a pitch that's in there for a strike. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Abreu did not like that call from Tim Timmons, the home plate umpire. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. And he checks on that one. That was a breaking ball, looked like a slider. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You're going to see some, especially when you look at replays of these pitches, they're going across the plate in the strike zone, but then they're dropping with that late action he has on that fastball. So you're going to see some weird looks from hitters against Galarraga.
Good sinker ball pitcher, Galarraga. See what happens on the 2-2, and now time called by the home plate umpire. Abreu is tired of waiting, so Galarraga has had a slow pace tonight, and it's even happening now with no one on base. Now he's set. Here's the pitch. Abreu fouls it off on the left side, backing out of play. Fans, don't forget you can come on out and meet Angels closer Brian Fuentes at the AT&T store located at 125 South Main Street in the city of Orange this Saturday, April the 25th. We'll give you more details after the next pitch, and it's grounded through the right side for a base hit. Abreu's second straight hit. Boy, he's been a hot hitter in an Angel uniform. He's 2 for 2 tonight, and Tory Hunter will be the next batter.
Just a hit machine. Sees a lot of pitches. When you make a mistake as a pitcher, he capitalizes on it. Now a stolen base threat, too. Galarraga very quick to the plate. Will change his delivery towards home. A little slide step. Pretty good move to first base also.
So here's Tory Hunter. He lined out his first time up. He hit a rocket that was nabbed by the third baseman, Brandon Inge. Here's the first pitch. That one's in there for a called strike. I was mentioning Brian Fuentes. He'll be at the AT&T store at 125 South Main Street in Orange this Saturday, and he'll be signing autographs from 11:30 until 1 o'clock. You can stop by, meet Brian, pick up some cool Angels prizes, all courtesy of AT&T this Saturday, April the 25th. The pitch, and that one missed inside. It's 1-1.
Abreu's got a pretty good sized lead. Thought about going those first 2 pitches. The first one, he had a decent jump, stayed back, now with a strike. Then at 0-1, you had a thought process of maybe a pitch out, but now an even count. This could be a movement count for Bobby Abreu and Tory Hunter at the plate.
1 ball, 1 strike. There he goes. The pitch is skied into the infield. It's way up there near the mound. Inge is going to make the catch on the pitcher's mound. And Abreu, who is running, had to scamper back to first base. Tory got way under that one, and that ball was hit a mile high out to the mound.
Didn't look like anybody was in any hurry to make that play or call. But Brandon Inge, very good third baseman, came in and took control of that one.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think Cabrera wanted any part of that.
I know Galarraga was getting out of the way at the mound because that ball would have landed right on the pitcher's mound.
Yep. So here's Kendry Morales, who singled and scored the Angels' only run back last inning. He got a leadoff hit and came in on the Ibar RBI single. Abreu leads off first. Good size lead, not going to pitch. Off speed, it misses outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. It's amazing that Galarraga's pitch count now, Gooby, is at 72 pitches here in the third inning, and he's been working with the lead from the first pitch he threw. Here's the next one, and that's outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, you're looking at a guy right now, we always talked about it as starting pitch, a 5 and fly. He's going to be fortunate to be able to get through 5 innings at this pace he's at right now with the pitch count.
Yeah, and it's not like he's walking a lot of batters. He's only walked 1, but he's had some deep counts. The Angels have fouled some pitches off against them. toss over to first. Abreu back. But he is pitching with the lead. He's up 3-1 here in the bottom of the third with 1 out, 1 on. The right-hander delivers, and he's way outside with that one. So Morales has worked the count to 3-0.
These are one of these counts. Mike Scioscia is very aggressive as a manager. 3-0 count, you give him the green light. Now, if you're a hitter, you got to think in the lines. If you get the green light, you got to have a pitch right now, not only for a single, but you want a ball to drive in the gap or over the fence. You're going to hack.
Here's the 3-0, and it was way low and inside. No reason to chase that one. That's ball 4. So that's the second walk that he's issued. And now Mike Napoli, who has the other walk, will be the next batter with 2 on. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Galarraga has been walking a tightrope here. And now Jim Leland, the manager, is going to go out and talk to him. And I'm sure he's saying, hey, man, you got to lead in this. You've had a lead since the first pitch you threw, and you're just not being aggressive out there.
Yeah, generally when the manager comes out and he's not bringing the hook with him, he's coming out there with a direct order to, hey, pick up the pace, throw strikes. Let your fielders make the play. He's not out there to say, hey, your stuff looks good.
Right.
He wants you to get it done. We gave you 3 runs here early in the game. Let's be aggressive.
And Galarraga came into this game pitching very well. 2-0 in 2 starts. ERA 0.68. But he's been a little bit shaky out there, although he's done a very good job of minimizing the damage so far. First 2 innings, the Angels left 5 runners on base.
Well, most times, the old adage is when a pitching coach comes out, that first pitch after he talks to you is a fastball, about 90% of the time. I don't know what the case is when the manager comes out, but it better be a strike.
So they're placing a call to their bullpen as we speak, and here's the first pitch on Napoli. And that one looked like a slider. It was off speed, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Napoli with a walk, his only time up. A little bit of movement right now in the Tiger bullpen, although no one is warming up at the moment. Here's the next pitch. Napoli takes that sinker, and that one missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Abreu with good speed. He's at second. Morales, he's the runner at first. They're not holding Kendry, so he's getting a big lead over there. They're trying to keep Abreu a little closer to second. Here's the pitch, and that one is inside. He missed again. 2-1 the count.
Galarraga keeps looking in as if he thinks some of these pitches are strikes, but they're not. A lot of times we have that kind of movement. Most pitching coaches or catcher would say, just throw the ball in the middle part of the plate and trust the movement to get the corners. Don't start at the corner. It'll be a ball.
Here's the 2-1. Napoli swings and misses that one. He was fooled on that pitch. 2-2 the count. Zach Miner has started to warm up. So Galarraga's pitching with the lead. But again, that pitch count rising. This will be his 80th pitch of the game. We're only in the bottom of the third. And he's pitching with a 2-run lead. And there's one that's outside, and now the count runs full, 3-2.
3-2 count, 1 out. Usually a motion play for the Angels in this spot. They're down by 2. Good speed at second, and Kenny Morales going to make sure Bobby Ray goes before he would go to second base.
So we'll see what gives on the next pitch. Matthews waiting on deck. Napoli digs in. And the 3-2, the runners go. It's ball 4. He walked them. The Angels have them loaded again. Matthews will be the batter. He lined out the center his first time up.
And these are the times you got to capitalize. Galarraga's giving the Angels all kinds of opportunities to score a run in bunches here. And you got to square up a good fastball here for Gary. Be patient. Let him come in there. If it's a ball out of the zone, take it. And the pressure's really on a pitcher when you're behind the count with the bases loaded.
Matthews with only 3 hits so far this season. Bases loaded, the pitch. A strike on the inside corner. That sinker just snuck in there. The count's 0-1. Matthews this year with the bases loaded, 0 for 1. And he just 1 for 7 in his career against Galarraga. The next pitch, he lines one into right field. It's right at Ordonez. He'll make the catch. Tagging at third base and scoring will be Abreu. The throw to third is going to get Morales, and it's going to be a line-out double play to end the inning. But Abreu's run will count. He scored before they got the line-out double play. So the Angels could have had a lot more right there, and Kendry made a base running. Gerald Laird is the first batter up as we start the fourth inning, and he pops the first pitch up near second base. Right behind the bag on the dirt is Howie Kendrick, and he'll call off Eric Ibar and make the grab. That's the first out. One pitch, one gone to start off the fourth inning. This has been a frustrating 3 innings for the Angels tonight, who have scored 2, but have left 6 on base. And the Angels have had the bases loaded twice tonight, but have really not taken advantage of it for the most part. There's a pitch that's in there on Inge for a strike to count 0-1. And they're still warming up Minor in their bullpen. The pitch, that one is chopped foul on the left side.
Well, nothing frustrates a manager more than when your offense takes you at 3 runs and you're up 3-1 and you're just not aggressively throwing strikes and taking too much time. They'll pull the plug on you right away. Go to that bullpen. Even though you've been the top dog in that rotation, you just haven't been aggressive tonight.
There's Inge fouling a pitch back behind the plate, and the count is no balls, 2 strikes on the Tigers' third baseman. Inge has an RBI single tonight, so he's 1 for 1 against Weaver in this ball game. And the next pitch, he chops that one foul on the third base side. So the count, no balls and 2 strikes on Brandon Inge. The Angels are still very much in this ball game, but could easily have 4, 5, 6 runs on the board. Only 2 at the moment. Oh, and 2 the count on Inge. And the next pitch, he swings and misses. That breaking ball struck him out, and that'll be out number 2 in the inning. Napoli caught that ball for a moment. It looked like it might have bounced, but he caught it. He was getting ready to throw to first base, but the home plate umpire said, no, you caught it. You don't have to throw to first.
4 strikeouts now for Jared. He's thrown the ball exceptionally well outside of Curtis Granderson. He's hit 2 home runs, 2 solo shots.
So the batter now is Santiago. He's a strikeout victim. And the pitch, he takes that one low. The count on him is 1 ball and no strikes. Fans doing the wave cheer here at the Big A. Here's the next pitch. And that one misses low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Waves became big in Detroit in the mid-'80s, as a matter of fact, in 1984.
Oh.
And I remember that because they beat us up pretty good when I was with the Royals on the way to the World Championship, the Tigers in '84.
They were doing that at Old Tiger Stadium, huh?
Yep. It was loud at that point.
Yep.
It was crazy place to go play. It wasn't a particularly good place if you were a fly ball pitcher.
Here's the 2-1 on Santiago. He pops it up. Third base side foul, but it is playable. Figgins is under, and he'll make the catch with Napoli alongside of him, and that'll end the inning. So Weaver has his best inning of the night, and he sets them down 1-2-3. We get ready to move to the bottom of the 4th. Eric Ibar leads things off as we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-2 in favor of Detroit, and Ibar was bluffing a bunt. Pitch ended up being in there for a strike. Ibar tonight with an RBI hit, his only time up. Next pitch, he lines one into left field, but there waiting and making the catch is Carlos Guillen. He had him played perfectly right there.
Pretty good scouting.
Yeah, I was going to say, those scouting reports come in right there.
Computer readouts, they put them up, they tape them against the wall in the dugout so you know exactly where to be placed. And Guillen was perfect because that ball was scolded by Ibar, but didn't get anything to show for it.
So here is Sean Figgins. Figgy has a hit and 2 times up. Galarraga's pitch. That's right in there for a called strike. 0-1 to count. Third baseman Inge is right at the edge of the grass. In. Rest of the infield back. Next pitch on Figgins. He looks it over. And that one misses for a ball. Sean coming into the game tied for second in the American League in walks. 12 walks for Figgins in the first 12 games. Here's the 1-1. And that one is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Cooled off nicely here at the Big A tonight.
Perfect night.
Yep. And we have a good crowd. It's not quite a sellout, but Good crowd on hand this evening. Here's the 2-1. That one is a strike on the inside corner. 2-2 the count. Figgins didn't like the call, and now Mike Scioscia must have said something from the dugout because Tim Timmons wheeled around and started shouting toward the Angel dugout on the third base side.
Well, that was quick to react. The pitch was definitely a ball. And a late call to boot.
Yeah. And Mike's got that look going in that dugout right now. That's the same look as the Angel information guide photo of Mike.
That's what it looked like. Excuse me, you call that a strike?
2-2 the count. The pitch. There's a ground ball hit to third, but right near in. He has it and has time to get Figgins. And that'll be out number 2. 5-3 on the ground out. Here's Howie Kendrick. So here's Howie, 0 for 2 tonight, and just 2 for his last 22. Galarraga's pitch, a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike on Kendrick. You almost wonder, Gooby, how long, if Howie continues to struggle, how long Mike will keep him in that 2-hole.
That's a good question. If he doesn't, the opportunity there that in the second inning, hits a ground ball, makes it out on that one to third base. Great play by Brandon Inge, but it comes at a point where you're in that number 2 slot. You might put him down a little bit further to let him relax a little bit.
Yep. And there's an 0-2 pitch, a fastball that was high and out of the strike zone. He got him on strikes. Kendrick is out, and the inning is over as the Angels go down 1-2-3. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left. We get set to move. Here's Curtis Granderson leading off his 3rd inning tonight. And the first 2 times he's done it about as good as you can with home runs against Weaver. The pitch, that one is a pitch that misses for a ball to count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Granderson came into the game with 2 homers. He now has 4. He had 22 a year ago. He's a leadoff batter with power and speed. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He takes that one for a strike. So he's in the hole. It's 1-2. Weaver has had good control tonight. He hasn't walked any. And he's thrown 70 pitches, and 50 of them have been strikes. The 2-strike delivery here. That one is low. 2-2 the count.
Well, that's not a fun feeling when you're facing a guy for the third at bat and he hit 2 home runs off you, both fastballs. So you can see him right now throwing changeups and slow curves to see if he can get out in front of the pitch.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. That one's chopped foul over on the right side. So we'll do it again with the count 2-2. Fans, visit the official online shop of the Angels at angelsbaseball.com. You can browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your gear straight from the source. Visit the angelsbaseball.com shop today. And on the 2-2 pitch, Weaver fools Granderson. The pitch is swung on and missed. He struck him out.
Well, he got him on the change piece. Great changeup. Good arm action, down and away. Out in front, Granderson, who hit 2 fastballs out. We couldn't do anything with that changeup.
So Jared Weaver tonight is finishing off some hitters. He has 5 strikeouts in the ball game. And the batter now is Polanco in the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 3-2 Detroit. We're in the top of the 5th. 0-1 on Polanco. He lines that one foul on the right side. That's backing out of play.
This will be an accomplishment if he can strike out Polanco. He strikes out once every 10 years. Chokes up on the bat, puts the ball in play, but he is way ahead of the count.
Yep, he was the toughest batter to strike out last season in the American League. The 0-2, and he missed high with that off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Polanco has hit over 290 6 straight seasons. The pitch, and he bounces that one by the mound and threw into center field. A 2-strike single for Polanco. That's his first hit tonight. And a 1-out base runner for Maglio Ordonez.
Such a professional hitter, Polanco is. Jared tried a 3/4 delivery fastball, give him a different look, yet he just shot that ball right back up the middle against him.
So here's Ordonez. He's 1 for 2 tonight. .317 batting average last year, 21 homers, 103 runs batted in a year ago for Ordonez. The pitch, and he lifts that one in the air into center field. Tory will have to come in. He's circling under now. He's waiting. He'll squeeze it, and that's the second out. The Tigers' 3-4 combo in Ordonez and Cabrera. That's pretty good.
Power, yep. Batting average, hit the ball to all fields, which makes it difficult. If you have a guy with power that pulls the ball a lot, he's susceptible to breaking pitches or pitches in the inside part of the plate. These guys go so well the other way that you really have to change up your pitch sequence to be able to get them out.
That's a dangerous duo, no doubt, for Detroit. Here's the other part of it. Cabrera, he's flied out twice tonight to right field. And it looked like a beach ball got loose down the right field line, so time was called. Now, Cabrera's batting average has dropped 20 points tonight. He's only hitting .469 right now.
We had to send him down.
Right-hander against right-hander. The pitch. And that one is low and outside on Miguel Cabrera.
I was watching him taking batting practice earlier today. And the Tigers did their regular slide in the batting practice time. Every ball was hit on the line. First round going the other way, and then all of a sudden in the last round is trying to jack it out, and he was crushing the ball.
Here's the next pitch. He swings at that one and fouls it back upstairs out of play. So the count even. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. In the American League, Baltimore beat the White Sox. The final there was 10-3. In the 6th inning, Seattle's leading Tampa Bay 4-2. Joe Madden is managing his 500th game for the Rays, and that's the most games ever managed by a Tampa Bay manager. The 1-1. There's a shot that's well hit into center field. Hunter is backpedaling. He has a beat on it, and he'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. A little bit shy of the rim of the track. The inning comes to an end. No runs. They had a hit in the inning, no errors. They leave 1. The bottom of the 5th is Torres leads off the Angels' 5th inning. Galarraga's first pitch was in there, and that was also his 94th pitch of the night. And here's the next one. That's a little bit low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. As Torres hitting out of the 3-hole tonight will be followed by Abreu and Hunter. Here's the 1-1. And that one is a strike on the inside corner. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Not much of a breeze at the Big A, but it has cooled down. Very pleasant weather tonight. Nice crowd on hand this evening, and the pitch, that one's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, he must have had a pretty good talking to that last inning. Between he had his best inning in the 4th inning, 1-2-3 Galarraga did. Jim Leland probably got him in that dugout. Said, hey, let's start being aggressive.
There's a pitch that missed ball 3. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the White Sox losing tonight in Baltimore and Kansas City losing in Cleveland. The Indians held on, beat the Royals 8-7. If Detroit wins, they would be in sole possession of first place in the Central. The 3-2 pitch, and he got him. Swung on and missed. Is Torres out on strikes. 1 gone here in the Angels' 5th. And strike out the second one tonight for Galarraga. And here's Bobby Abreu, who's gone 2 for 2. The Yankees beat the A's in the Bronx 5-3 was the final on that one. And Texas held on and beat Toronto in Toronto 5-4. Minnesota at Boston was postponed because of rain.
Well, how many home runs were hit in that Yankee game today? Every time you look around, there's 5 or 6 of them.
Yep. Yeah, they're saying that the ball is just jumping out of the new Yankee Stadium, and there's really nothing they can do this year as far as pushing back the walls, especially to right field, I guess, where it's really jumping out. The pitch. That one's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play.
Yeah, they're saying the way the stadium has been built, the wind currents is really carrying out the right center.
Right.
Balls that generally, especially right center in the old Yankee Stadium, down the line it's an easy home run, but down the right center, you had to have a pretty good poke, but the ball's flying out of there now.
Yeah. 2 strikes on Abreu, the 0-2, and that one is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the National League, the Phillies beat up on Milwaukee 11-4 was the final. Washington beat Atlanta 4-3. Cubs over the Reds 7-2. Astros beat the Dodgers 8-5. And Abreu on that 1-2 pitch is called out on strikes, and he's not happy with it. He just looks at Tim Timmons and says, there's no way. Watching the replay on it, that pitch was low.
It looked low, and it was kind of a late call also. Bobby knows the strike zone pretty well.
Yeah.
And the reputation and the knowledge of the zone.
So here's Tory Hunter, and he swings and drives the ball deep into left center field. That one is out of here. Hunter on the first pitch with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning has tied up the game at 3. Tory Hunter's bat has been hitting balls out of the ballpark lately. That's his 5th home run of the season.
Boy, Tory, you saw go up there looking for something out over the plate, got a hanging slider, and covered that one out for a home run. Left center field. Good to see. At that point, you had a couple opportunities early in the game to get some runs across. Weren't able to do so, but the big fly gets it around quickly.
So the batter now is Morales, and he took a home run swing and comes up empty for strike 1.
What about a hanging slider? This doesn't seem to come back in the yard, Mitty.
Yep.
I had my neck turned a number of times on that one.
0-1 the count on Kendry. The pitch. And that's a strike on the outside corner, so he's in the hole. It's now 0-2. Other scores in the National League. Cardinals beat the Mets 6-4. We're in the 6th inning in Arizona. The Diamondbacks lead the Rockies 6-4. Giants are up on the Padres 5-2 in the 6th inning.
What about the Padres so far this year? Yeah. What a great story. Looking spring training looked like they were going to be a 100-loss team.
Yeah, no doubt.
Out of the gates, pretty strong.
Yep. The Pirates have played well the early part of the season. They're getting a lot of good pitching. They were winners 3-2 over Florida. I think their pitching staff with 4 shutouts already.
4 shutouts. They've had a number of great pitchers they've drafted. A couple guys got hurt early on, but they have some arms. And that's the only way you could build a franchise, is getting some good power arms. And they're finally developing these guys, and they're staying healthy. And they look pretty strong in a great stadium, PNC Park in Pittsburgh.
Great ballpark. 1-2 on Morales. 3-3 the score, bottom of the 5th, and Kendry takes outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got to be Galarraga's last inning. It's not the last batter.
Yep, he's now at 109 pitches. This will be 110. And here it comes. He got him, swung on and missed, fooled him there. Off speed, struck him out, and he ends up striking out the side. But the Angels were able to sandwich a home run in there off the bat of Tory Hunter. That was the only hit. And in the inning, no errors and nobody left. 5 complete. We're headed to the 6th. We're tied at 3 on the Angels Baseball Network. We move to the 6th inning here at the Big A. It is a 3-3 ball game. Each team with 7 hits, no errors. Angels have left 6, the Tigers 4, and the first pitch from Jared Weaver is fouled off. Back to the screen by Carlos Guillen. The count 0-1. Hope you're enjoying the action tonight wherever you're listening to Angels baseball. Terry Smith, Mark Uvasaw, and Aaron Chan, our producer engineer, with you tonight. Tuesday night baseball. The 0-1. There's a liner into center field. Hunter is there waiting, and that one was chest high. He'll pocket that one for out number 1. Torrey's been busy now out there in center. He's made the last 3 putouts.
There's not a whole lot of easy outs in this Tiger lineup. I mean, they hit the ball hard. Jared's been very good, aggressive with 5 strikeouts, no base on balls, so he's forcing them to hit the baseball. Outside of Granderson, he's done a great job.
Throwing 83 pitches, 60 for strikes. Here's Larish at the plate, and the left-handed batter takes a strike. 0-1 to count. Weaver ready, wasting little time, delivers. There's another fly ball hit to center field. Torrey in right center is there, and he's making one play after another. That's the second out. He's had 4 straight putouts out there.
Going to tell his rest of the fielders just to put their glove back in the dugout. I'll take care of business.
Yep.
They call him Spider-Man before the game, making the plays.
Yes. So here's the next batter, Gerald Laird, stepping up. Right-handed swinger, Laird. Saw him a lot over the years with the Texas Rangers. Here's the pitch, and that one is in there for a strike.
That was a good pitch right there as far as an off-speed pitch for a strike, because Laird was looking fastball. Nobody on base. He's going to let it out if it's a fastball, but he threw a nice off-speed pitch, Jared did, to get ahead of the count.
0-1 the count. Weaver set down the last 4 in a row with the help of Tory Hunter in center. 0-1 pitch. That one is popped up right side of the infield. Howie, a few steps back on the outfield grass, will make the catch. It's a pop out to the second baseman, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. So Weaver sets him down easily here in the 6th. No runs, hits, or errors. As we get set to move to the bottom of the 6th inning, there's a new pitcher in the ballgame for the Detroit Tigers. Zach Miner, a 27-year-old right-hander, will replace Galarraga. Their starter went 5 innings, giving up 7 hits, 3 runs earned. He walked 3, struck out 4, and allowed a home run. As far as Miner's numbers this season, this ballgame is his 3rd. And the first 2 were starts. He's 1-1. With a 9.00 earned run average.
Decent fastball, 87, 91 mile an hour sink action. Cut the fastball, also has a curveball. Got an average type curveball, 12-6. Best pick though, changeup. This guy was a huge prospect at one point.
So Miner, who last season won 8 games for the Tigers, appeared in 45 and made 13 starts, will take over. The Tigers have some pitchers they're hoping are going to get healthy. Joel Zumaya is one of them. He's at AAA Toledo right now. And they also have Bonderman on the DL. Dontrell Willis is on the DL for them right now. He's on the DL with an anxiety disorder.
Yeah, you never know when you can come back from that one. And they were pretty excited about what they were going to get out of him in the beginning part of the year and down in spring training, I should say. But lo and behold. Oh, Mike Socha's got tossed.
Tim Timmons, the home plate umpire, has just wheeled around with Napoli batting, and the first pitch is strike, and Tim Timmons looked toward the Angel dugout on the third base side and said, "You're out of here." And Mike Socha has just been ejected.
Well, it's usually automatic eject if you argue balls and strikes, because you can't do that. But if you do it in a tactful way, most times they won't do it. But right away, Timmons looked right at him at just one questionable call the inning before. The pitch was down again, almost a couple inches off the dirt.
Right. The calls of balls and strikes tonight have just been erratic by Tim Timmons. And Mike Socha, who has been going through a lot here the first couple of weeks of the season, is going to have to leave sooner or later, but he's not going to leave in any hurry.
I mean, he didn't get a chance to say a whole lot, but he's thrown out.
Right.
You might as well get your money's worth at this point, get your point across. Because there's been some questionable calls. I mean, if I'm on the hill, I like him behind the plate. He's calling a lot of strikes. There's a lot of movement on the pitches tonight, but he's calling a very inconsistent zone. Granted, usually a very good umpire, too. One of the better ones in baseball.
So Mike tossed out. Ron Renegade, the bench coach, will become the acting manager. That's a couple times this season we've seen Mike ejected already. The Angels are playing just their 13th game. And there's a pitch that's inside on Napoli. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-3 the score. Bottom of the 6th here at Angel Stadium. Here's the pitch. And that one is low and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mike was ejected from a game in the opening homestand. Now the second homestand of the season. He's tossed in the first game of this second homestand. Here's ball 3.
A lot of times you see the manager get thrown out because he's protecting his players, because obviously that pitch that Bobby Ray was called out, he wasn't happy about that also. And Sean Figgins had a strike called against him that was clearly out of the zone. You're protecting your players.
The 3-1, a big cut by Napoli at that one. He missed it, so the count runs full. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
For those of you that may have had an early lineup sheet, the home plate umpire is Tim Timmons, not Mark Timmons.
Here comes the next pitch. That one is chopped on the right side. The second baseman Polanco will throw out Napoli, and that's the first out. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Angels Baseball Network. The batter now is Gary Matthews Jr. Matthews in this game has hit the ball to the outfield both times up. He has a sac fly and also a line out. First pitch is in there for a strike. Angels have never led, have been playing catch-up all night long, and have finally caught the Tigers here with a chance to get a lead with a run in this inning.
Good to see Gary Matthews Jr. have a couple good at-bats so far today. You mentioned that line out, and then he smoked that sacrifice fly in the right field, too.
1 ball, 1 strike. Minor's pitch, and that's low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Angels trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Only 1 win for the Angels in the last 6 games. That was during the road trip in Seattle. There's one that's fouled back on the left side. It's back to the view level. And the count level on Matthews, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and Gary swings and misses. He struck him out. Minor taking something off that pitch, gets Matthews easily, and that's his first strikeout. The batter will be Eric Ibar.
Was that changeup, his above-average changeup? That's a strikeout pitch. You don't see that too often for a right-handed pitcher, but he's got a good one. He's got Matthews way out in front. That ball was in the dirt.
So here's Ibar, an RBI single and 2 times up. The Tigers right now have a couple of young pitchers on their staff. A 20-year-old pitcher named Rick Porcello, as there's a swinging bunt by Ibar. He fouls it off. It rolls behind the plate. Porcello has had a couple of starts and did a good job in his most recent outing. He was their number 1 pick in 2007, only 20 years old. And he reminds some people of Roy Halladay. And then the other young pitcher, 22-year-old Ryan Perry. He was their first-round pick last year. And he's a guy that's been clocked at 100 miles per hour.
That's 2 pretty big prospects.
Yep.
Porcello was a guy that they didn't even anticipate making the roster. I mean, they thought, give him some time, give him some experience, but he's been lights out.
Yep.
Forced the issue, and here he is.
1 ball, 1 strike to count on Ibar. 3-3 in the bottom of the 6th, and there's a ground ball base hit through on the right side. So Eric, who's been hitting a lot better lately, has his second hit tonight. He's on. Sean Figgins will be the next batter.
Somebody's got to be up there thinking in lines and stealing a base too now. And Miner's got a good move to first base, but not particularly quick to the plate. Holds the ball well, but if you read it, get a chance to get a good jump, you will be successful against him.
So here's Sean, who's gone 1 for 3 tonight. Angels have out-hit Detroit 8-7. The pitch, and that's a strike on the outside corner, off-speed pitch. 0-1 the count. Middle part of the infield is back. Third baseman Inge right near the edge of the grass at third base, guarding against the speed of Figgins. The outfield's playing Sean a little bit the opposite way. He asks for time as he steps out of the batter's box against Miner, who's slowed it down a little bit here. The right-hander getting the sign from Laird. From the stretch, here's the pitch on Figgins, and he taps that one foul. He hit it off the end of the bat, fouls it off by the Angels on deck circle. Fans, don't forget you can spend your Friday nights at the Big A watching the Angels and one of the best fireworks shows in the Southland. The next Big Bang Friday takes place this Friday. The Angels host Seattle. And purchase tickets now at angelsbaseball.com or at the Big A ticket window. 0-2 on Figgins. He sways the
too.
Bat below the knees, awaits the pitch, and before he sees it, there's a toss over to first, and Ibar back in plenty of time.
The reason why you do that 0-2, you're down in the count. Even if you get thrown out, you get a fresh at bat for Sean Figgins. But if you get in scoring position, then you get Figgy an opportunity to be able to drive you in.
2 strikes on Figgins with 2 outs. Miner, a slow worker, and now he steps off the rubber. So his pace isn't much better than Galarraga's. 0-2 the count. Now the right-hander ready, delivers, and the pitch is outside. Ibar's been getting a good-sized lead off at first base. He wasn't running on that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yet to get the official attendance tonight. Should be getting that shortly. Over 30,000 on hand tonight. Here's the 1-2. Figgins hits one foul down the left side. That's going to push back to the seats. And it's still a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, he's a good crowd for a school night still.
Yep. Howie Kendrick would be up next if the inning continues. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sean. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. The pitch a ball. Throw to second, and he is out. Boy, Laird with a very good throw there. The shortstop, Santiago, applied the tag, and the inning is over on the caught stealing. That one will go 2-6 to end the inning. No runs in the inning, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. Completed 6 and head to the 7th. We're tied at Brandon Inge will lead it off. We go to the 7th inning. The Tigers' third baseman takes a strike from Jared Weaver, and the count's 0-1. 3-3 here at the Big A. Angels have 8 hits, and the Tigers have 7. Weaver's doing a good job tonight in the pitch. That one is low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jared's retired the last 5 in a row. He faces the bottom part of the order, Inge and Santiago, then the leadoff man, Granderson. The 1-1. That one is chopped fair on the third base side. Figgins handles it, throws, and gets him at first base. So that's out number 1, 5-3 on the ground out.
Good job by Sean Figgins. A better job by Jared getting through that, get that first out of the inning. That's here in the 7th. Now with the pitch count at 90, a chance to get that W is to be able to have a quick inning and get through this and let the offense be able to come through, and hopefully the bullpen holds that lead if he can get it.
So here's Santiago batting, the 9-hole hitter, and he takes that one for a strike. We were talking a little bit earlier about the Pirates, and they won at home against the Florida Marlins 3-2. There's one that's fouled back to the screen, and the Pirates have been playing some pretty good baseball. We were talking about they've already had 4 shutouts from their pitching staff, and with their win tonight, they're 8-6. Here's the 0-2 on Santiago, and he swings and misses. A high fastball struck him out. Weaver's 6th strikeout. He's retired 7 in a row. Now Granderson will be the batter.
You talk about a perfect sequence of pitches. Start him off with an all-speed pitch, then a break ball, then change the eye level with a high fastball. Make Santiago chase that. Perfect pitch for the punch-out.
And now it looks like Ron Renicky is going to go out and have a word with Jared Weaver. He's thrown 93 pitches. And, of course, Weaver's had a little trouble tonight with Granderson giving up a couple of homers to him, but he did strike him out the last time up. That Pirates game in Pittsburgh tonight, they had 9,917 for that game. And yesterday, when they hosted the Marlins, they had 8,790. So they're just not drawing very well at all in Pittsburgh right now.
Bad weather, too. I watched that game last night. It looked like they had drizzle from the get-go.
And I guess tonight the Penguins are playing the Flyers in the Stanley Cup playoffs, so a lot of the Pittsburgh sports fans are at home watching on TV. Pitch on its way. That one is low. 2 balls, no strikes on Granderson. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that one is in there. Talking about some crowds that haven't been real good lately. And we have a very good crowd here tonight. There's over 41,000, 41,627 on hand tonight. There's a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yesterday in Washington, the Nationals had a crowd of just over 12,000. And they had a rain delay, and the game was played after midnight. They said while the game was wrapping up last night after midnight, there were just a few dozen fans in the stands when that game ended. 3-2 now on Granderson. Here's the payoff pitch. Chopped on the right side, backhanded by Morales, flips to Weaver, gets to the bag in time, and the inning is over on a 3-1 ground out. That was pitch number 98 of the night for Weaver, who's now retired the last 8 in a row. We get ready to move to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Tigers have gone to their bullpen again. Brandon Lyon will take over. Lyon was with Arizona last season, and he was their closer for part of last season. He struggled in the second half and eventually lost his role as the Diamondbacks closer. Fernando Rodney is closing games this year for Detroit.
Well, their bullpen was very inconsistent last year. They brought Lyon here to be able to help out.
Yep.
And a bullpen, a fastball, 90-93, and a curveball.
So Sean Figgins, the first batter to greet him in the first pitch. Figgy moved away from that one. It was called a strike. It's 0-1. Lyon appearing in his 5th game. He's pitched to mixed reviews, a 1-1 record ERA of 5.79. The 0-1 pitch. Chopped on the right side of the infield. Polanco gloves it and easily throws out Figgins. So that's out number 1. Howie Kendrick will be the batter. The line on Zach Miner, who pitched last inning for the Tigers. He went an inning. He gave up a hit, no runs, didn't walk, and he struck out 1. Here's Howie, who's gone 0 for 3 tonight. The pitch. He takes that one inside. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, you like to see Howie just get a fastball out over the plate and drive it to right center field. Get that good feel again. When he's in his game and hitting the ball well, he's going up the middle to right center.
Here's the next pitch, and Lyon delivers a strike. 1-1 to count. Brandon Lyon had a stretch last season from pretty much the start of the season into June where no one scored on him. There's a fly ball lifted into right field. It's right at Ordonez. He'll put it away, and Kendrick is now 0 for 4, so his struggles at the plate continue. He's 2 for his last 24, and with 2 outs, here's Meiser as Torres. From the 6th of April until the 17th of June last season, 25 straight scoreless innings for Brandon Lyon. But then from June 1st until the end of last year, his ERA was over 6.5. He really had a bad second half last year.
As all the D-backs did there for a while.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1. Meiser fouls that one back behind the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Lyon was a guy who in 2007 he led the majors with 35 holds. So he's had his ups and downs. 0-2 pitch. That's high and away. It misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield back, the outfield shading his Torres a little bit the opposite way. So 1-2 delivery. That one is bounced by the mound and through into center field. So Meiser gets his second hit tonight. Good to see his bat heating up. He's a 2-out base runner, and the next batter will be Bobby Abreu, who's had a couple more hits tonight. He's 2 for 3.
Meiser did a nice job with a hanging curveball. Instead of trying to pull that ball, he went up the middle with it. Perfect swing, level. Shot it up there. Now you get Bobby Abreu up here. One big swing, all of a sudden the Angels could have a 2-run lead.
Abreu is yet to homer as an Angel. He's driven in 6 runs. Batting average now is at .380. Left-handed batter awaits the pitch from the right-hander Lyon. And here it comes. It's lifted foul on the left side, backing out of play. Hope you're enjoying the action tonight wherever you're listening to Angels baseball. Terry Smith, Mark Gubicon, our producer-engineer Darren Chan with you at the Big A. 41,627 for the opener of this 6-game homestand. 0-1 to count on Abreu. 3-3 the score in the bottom of the 7th. Lyon is set. From the stretch, delivers. And there's one hit on a hard hop and right to the second baseman. Polanco stays with it, throws out Abreu, and the inning is over. That's it for the Angels here in the 7th. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left. To the 8th we go, tied at 3 on the Angels Baseball Network. Eighth inning we go. Jose Arredondo will take over in relief. So the game now in the hands of the Angels bullpen with a 3-3 score. Jared Weaver did a nice job tonight. 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs earned, no walks, 6 strikeouts, and he allowed a couple of homers. Arredondo's first pitch, and that first pitch fastball misses high on Polanco. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Very efficient, Jared was. Mixed in the changeup and curveball later on in the game was outstanding. 6 punch-outs.
There's a ground ball sharply hit to third. Figgins went down on a knee, and the ball skips right over his glove into left field. So on is the leadoff man, Polanco, and it's going to be an error on Sean Figgins. Figgy went down and never really got much glove on that one. Jared Weaver, the Angels starter tonight, lifted after 99 pitches. And he also retired the final 8 batters in a row. So here's Ordonez batting. Polanco leading off first. The pitch, that's in there for a strike.
Dangerous hitter, too, at this spot. Ordonez does hit in a lot of ground ball double plays, so Arredondo doesn't get the strikeout. We'll look for the ground ball.
1-1 to count on Ordonez, who's 1 for 3, a single, a strikeout, and a flyout. The next pitch, that fastball misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Arredondo appearing in his 7th game this season, and his ERA is 7.20. He, like so many of the Angels relievers, really struggling out of the box here in 2009. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. And a check swing. That one missed outside.
So I think a lot of times what happens for a young pitcher, you're successful, you think you have to make some adjustments. And he seems to be overthrowing a lot of pitches, whether it be the fastball, the split, or the breaking pitch. The bottom line is you got to wait till the hitters make adjustments to you first before you make that adjustment. And I don't think coming into the season he had to. But clearly he's overthrown some of his pitches.
Here's the next pitch. Runner goes. The ball's chopped over the mound. Howie fields it at second, steps on the bag, throws the first, a double play. Boy, oh boy, the Angels caught a break there because Howie went to cover second base with the runner going, and the ball was hit right at the second base bag.
Well, that was perfect. You can't get any better, especially Blanco all over him there at second base, too. He was able to skip out of the way and easily get Ordonez, who does hit into a lot of double plays. But they catch a break here, especially with a hitter like Ordonez hitting the ball.
Yep. So with 2 gone, no one on base, here is Miguel Cabrera. And the first pitch, that's off speed and misses high. It's 1-0. Talking about Arredondo's earned run average coming into the game, and it was over 7. Last year, his ERA was 1.62. There's one that's popped up foul right side, and it looks like it's going to get back to the seats at will. So 1-1 to count on Cabrera. Arredondo last year, in the 52 games he appeared in, the Angels won 39 of them. In the games he pitched, the Angels were 39-13. Not bad for a rookie reliever. Here's the 1-1. That's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And an infielder by trade.
Yep.
Who made that adjustment to being a pitcher.
Former infielder. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. He was fooled right there.
I like him throwing his split finger there. It was a fastball count, 2-1. And Cabrera, with all that power leading the American League last year in home runs, he was letting it out, but he was way out in front.
Yep.
He even had that look like, wow, you got me on that one.
Yep. So now we'll see what happens on the 2-2. Here it comes, and there's a ground ball hit right to Ibar, the shortstop. Should be an easy play. It will be, and the inning is over on the 6-3 ground out. So a quiet Detroit 8th. No runs, no hits, an error, and nobody left. The bottom of the 8th is next. First batter up for the Angels as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning is Tory Hunter, and he swings and fouls the pitch off on the right side, backing out of play. It's no balls and a strike. Hunter, Morales, and Napoli, the batters scheduled. The Angels have never held a lead, but if they get one here, they would take it to the 9th. So we'll see what happens. Next pitch on Tory Hunter. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers scored runs in each of the first 3 innings. They haven't scored since. The Angels' runs coming in the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. And there's ball 2 on Tory Hunter. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hunter hitting his 5th home run of the season. Back in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 2-1 delivery. He takes outside. So it's now 3-1.
Should be a good fastball count for Tory if he gets the ball on the inner side of the plate. Let it out. Get that lead. Get the ball to Brian Fuentes.
And he is up in the Angels bullpen, hoping to come in to save it when we get to the 9th. The 3-1 delivery. That's lifted foul down the right side again. A little bit late on the swing. Fastball 92 miles per hour. It's a full count. Fans, don't forget you can always stay in touch with us by dropping us an email. Don't forget our email address, radio@angelsonair.com. Radio@angelsonair.com. We'll answer the emails tomorrow night on Angels warm-up. The pitch fouled back again on the right side, out of play. So Tory hanging tough with 2 strikes. And the count full on him, 3-2. Giants are leading the Padres in San Francisco 6-2. That game in the 8th inning. Colorado is up on Arizona 7-6. That's in the 8th inning in Phoenix. Here's the 3-2 once again. Hunter fouls that one off on the left side over the Angels dugout. Astros beat the Dodgers. The final there was 8-5, so the Dodgers' 8-game winning streak is snapped. That was only the 5th win for Houston in 14 games this season. Again, the 3-2 pitch. He walked him. A little bit inside. Hunter was able to wait out a leadoff walk. Kendry Morales will be the batter.
Pretty close pitch. Tory with some speed at first base. Trying to line not particularly fast. Got a good move over to first base, but will be around 1.35 to 1.42. So fairly slow to the plate.
He's a guy you can run on, so we'll see if Hunter might be on the move. Morales, the batter. The pitch. And that one is in there for a strike. Well, Kendry's not a guy that you would expect to bunt. This could be looked at as a bunt situation, but doubtful Morales will be looking to drop one down.
Yeah, he might not be comfortable in that spot.
Sure.
Hasn't probably been asked a whole lot in his career at any level to bunt.
No balls and a strike on him. Here's the pitch. And he swings and lifts a fly ball into left field. Guillen is going back. He has a beat on it near the rim of the track down that left side. He'll make the catch. Hunter is going to tag, and he'll move up to second. All of Guillen's momentum was taking him toward the line in left field, and that was a good read by Tory Hunter.
Exactly, Smitty. He hit it right on the nose. He saw him drifting away. Not a left fielder by trade. Guillen isn't. He's drifting, going towards the line, and Tory sensed that, got back to the bag, tagged up, and now in scoring position.
So Jim Leland is going out to the mound. They don't have anyone warming up, so there's not going to be any pitching change here, but they just want to talk things over. Tory Hunter is also a guy, Gooby, who likes to steal third base.
That's exactly what he's telling me. Bearing your look back to second, make sure those middle infielders keep Tory Hunter close, because Tory times the pitcher. If they only look once, he'll steal third base after about 2 throws to home. So if he varies his look back once, next time look 3 times, it will stop him and keep him in his track. But if he gets a chance to get some momentum going, he'll steal third base easily.
So the meeting wraps up. Napoli will be the batter. He's had 2 walks and a ground out tonight. He's just 2 for his last 21 as he digs in here. A base hit figures to give the Angels the lead. We're in the bottom of the 8th. We're tied at 3. Right-hander against right-hander. Lyon looks at second. Polanco's playing close to the bag over there, so Tory can't get that big of a lead, and the first pitch is a ball to count 1 ball, no strikes.
When you look at the arm strength of the outfielders for the Tigers, Magliardone is known more for his bat than his defensive skills, a decent arm. Granderson covers a lot of ground, not a particularly strong arm at center. And Guillen playing out of position in left field, so a ball to the outfield gives him a chance to score it.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The next pitch. And he swings and lifts one down the right side foul. It's going to push back and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Napoli. Just from his reaction there, that looked like a pitch he'd like to have back.
Anytime you see him getting his arms extended, and that's what he was able to do, just missed that. A little bit late, just a tad.
1 ball, 1 strike on Mike Napoli. Gary Matthews Jr. waiting on deck. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're tied at 3. Angels have Hunter at second. 1 out. Lyon a peek at second, delivers. That breaking ball is low. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Napoli getting positioned back in the box. Taps the plate with his bat. Now awaits the 2-1 pitch. Lyon looks at second. He's taken a couple looks there. Now he backs off the rubber. Time called.
Polanco playing Tory Hunter real close to the bag, too, but still doesn't matter. Even if you're close, if your pitcher doesn't give you a couple looks a second, you can still time it and go.
That also gives Napoli a good hole to shoot for on the right side of that infield. It counts 2-1 to pitch, and that's a strike. Just caught the outside part of the plate. Ron Renicky, who's the acting manager, just shaking his head in disbelief of that call. And that was another low one, Gooby. And Tim Timmons, the home plate umpire, has had a low strike zone tonight.
Definitely one of those guys that you write that in your book. If you're a pitcher, you know he's a low ball umpire.
The count even. Here's the 2-2 on Napoli. He chops it on the third base side, right at Inge. He looks Hunter back to second and throws out Napoli at first. So now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And Gary Matthews will be the batter. Matthews, the batter.
You almost feel Gary getting a base hit in this spot. Seeing the ball. The last at bat, he struck out on an off-speed pitch in the dirt. But the fastball, which is the number 1 pitch for Lyon, especially a low fastball pitcher that he is, it's a perfect scenario for Gary Matthews Jr.
We'll see if he can deliver. He's had a sac fly tonight, officially 0 for 2 with the RBI. He's had only 3 hits so far this season, and 19 times up, they've all been singles. The pitch. He takes a strike. 0-1 to count. Don't forget, after the ball game, join us for Angel Report. We'll have a recap of the scoring, some of the play-by-play highlights. We'll fill you in on what's been happening around the majors on this Tuesday. Angel Report right after the ball game. 3-3, bottom of the 8th. Hunter at second, 2 outs the pitch. Matthews swings and drives the ball into right center field. Granderson chasing. He's not going to get to it. The ball bangs off the wall. Tory Hunter scores. Gary Matthews delivers with an RBI double. It's 4-3 Angels. You called it, Gooby.
I just felt it. He's a low ball hitter. Even talking to his dad, we were in Philadelphia last year, he says, Gary just looking in the line of getting that fastball, especially from the left side. He's going to get a fastball down. Lyon tries to sink it out over the plate. Perfect swing by Gary Matthews Jr. Ripped that off the wall in center field. Huge run. Now the Angels with the lead here. Bottom of the 8th. Great swing by Gary Matthews Jr. Excited about it. It's good to see that enthusiasm.
So the Angels, for the first time tonight, hold a lead. It's 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Ibar, the batter. Matthews at second, the pitch. He grounds the ball right to the shortstop. It's handled by Santiago. He'll throw him out, and the inning is over. But the Angels get the go-ahead run. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 walk, no errors, and 1 left. We're headed to the 9th. Brian Fuentes will be coming in to try and notch the Angels closer Brian Fuentes will take over in relief. The last time he appeared in a game for the Angels was back on the 16th of April. And prior to that, he hadn't pitched in a game going back to the 12th of April. So he gets ready to work. And Carlos Guillen is the first batter. Angels have a 4-3 lead here in the ninth. The pitch. There's a shot into center field. Hunter is coming in. It's going to drop in front of him, though. It's a leadoff hit. Carlos Guillen starts off the Detroit ninth inning with a single into center. Not the kind of start Fuentes wanted here. And now we'll have to work with the tying runner on. The batter is scheduled to be Jeff Larish, but it looks like we might have a pinch hitter for him. And grabbing a bat in the on-deck circle, it looks like Adam Everett. So Everett, who's one of their shortstops, he's going to pinch hit. And it looks like we have a pinch runner in the game as well. Josh Anderson, who's an outfielder, is going to come in to pinch run. So Jim Leland is pulling out all the stops with a pinch hitter and a pinch runner here in the ninth. And the Angels are expecting a bunt from Adam Everett. We'll see if he is. He's around the bunt, and he pops it back to the screen for strike one. That was not a real good bunt try right there. It's no balls and one strike. Everett, so far this season, hitting .238. And just checking, he's had one sacrifice bunt this year. Anderson, who's the base runner, he can run a little bit. He's had a couple of stolen bases. He's the pinch runner over at first. Fuentes delivers, and taking the pitch for a strike is Everett, and he can't believe the call. So he's in the hole. It's now 0-2. Brian Fuentes, the Angels closer, is appearing in his fifth game. His record is 0-1 with 2 saves and a 9.00 earned run average. He's ready. The 0-2 pitch. That's cut on and fouled off on the right side. It's backing out of play. Jose Arredondo is the pitcher of record for the Angels, and he was a good luck charm last year when it came to decisions. Arredondo, you might recall, had 10 wins last year, which led all major league relievers. And he would get the win tonight if Fuentes can save it. Here's the 0-2. The runner goes. Fuentes throws to first. The relay to second. He's out. Anderson was picked off. Oh, what a huge break right there. The pinch runner started to break for second. Fuentes fired to Morales. His relay up the I-bar, and Anderson was a dead duck. Not even close at second. What a break. That'll go 1-3-6, and that takes the potential tying runner off the bases. One out here in the ninth. 0-2 is the count on Everett, the pinch hitter. The pitch. That one sailed outside. That was way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A ball and 2 strikes to count on Adam Everett. 4-3 Angels in the ninth. The pitch, a swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 gone here in the ninth. Fuentes gets the pinch hitter Everett. Gerald Laird will be the next batter. The good thing about this ninth inning is Fuentes doesn't have to worry about the likes of Polanco and Ordonez and Cabrera and Guillen. Two outs in the ninth inning. Fuentes is ready, delivers. And there's the pitch that's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Bryant is ready, has the sign. The pitch. It's lifted in the air down the right field side. Matthews headed towards the line, might have a play under. He'll make. Oh, no, he didn't make the catch. It popped away from him. In foul territory, it looked like he was going to make the grab, but he didn't come up with it. There will not be an error charged on that one. But Gary just, all of his momentum was taking him to the side wall, and he just kind of overran that. And the ball hit his glove and popped off the lip of the glove, and he was in foul territory, so it just dropped in foul ground. No error on the play. 1-1 pitch. That's fouled off on the right side, and now the Tigers are down to their final strike of the night. 1-2 on Laird. 4-3 Angels here in the ninth. Fans are on their feet. Fuentes is ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that one comes inside. And Laird, it looks like, got hit by the pitch. It caught him on the leg. So he's going to jog to first base, hit by the pitch. And the ninth inning is still alive. That one actually caught him on his back foot. A right-handed batter, it caught him on his right foot, not the lead leg or his lead foot, but the back foot. That's almost hard to believe that could happen, but he clearly got hit by the pitch. So it's been an interesting inning for Fuentes. He gave up the leadoff single, and then he got the pinch runner picked off, struck out the pinch hitter, and now hits the next batter. So they've had 3 batters bat. 2 of them have gotten on here in the ninth, but there's only 1 runner on base with 2 outs. And they have the tying run on at first base, and looks like Laird's going to stay in the game. He's not going to be lifted for a pinch runner, and here's Brandon Inge getting ready to bat. Well, it's not coming easy for Fuentes, trying to get his 3rd save of the year, but he still has a chance to do it. Just needs 1 more out here in the ninth. The pitch. That's low and in, and that nearly caught Inge, the right-handed batter. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Ryan is set. He delivers. There's a swing and a miss. There was a fastball there. And the count even, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Fuentes eyeing the target of his catcher, Mike Napoli. He's ready. The pitch right in there for a strike. Inge taking. Pitch was in there. So they're down to their final strike of the night once again. Fuentes perched on the rubber, looking in for the sign. The lefty is ready. And the 1-2 pitch fouled back behind the plate. Inge stays alive, 1-2. Even though Fuentes hit Laird, that runner at first base, for the most part, he's been throwing strikes. He's thrown 14 pitches, 10 of them for strikes. 2 outs here in the ninth. 4-3 Angels. A runner at first. The 1-2 delivery. And Inge fouls another one back to the screen behind home. So he stays alive, 1-2. If he got on, Santiago, their 9-hole hitter, is waiting on deck. He's had a tough night tonight. Always a chance that they could pinch hit for him if his spot even comes up in this game. Fuentes hoping it doesn't. Here's the 1-2 on Inge, and that one comes inside, and that almost hit Brandon Inge. 2-2 the count. Well, the Angels had 7 solid innings from Weaver. Arredondo did a good job last inning, and Fuentes trying to pitch a scoreless ninth. 2 outs, 2-2 the count. The tying runner at first. Here's the next pitch. He's way high with that one, so now the count runs full. 3-2. Figgins, the third baseman, is tight to the line. Infield is spread out and back, except for Morales. He's holding the bag at first. Payoff pitch. He walked him. It was nowhere close. It was way high and outside. So now the potential tying run is at second base in scoring position with 2 outs here in the ninth. And Fuentes has faced 4 batters. He's hit one, he's walked one, he's given up a single to one, and he's struck out one. But there are 2 outs with runners at first and second, and now Mike Butcher out to the mound to have a word with his closer. Fans, don't forget you can take Howie Kendrick to lunch with you this Saturday, April the 25th. All kids ages 2 to 18 at the Big A receive a free Kendrick lunch bag. It's courtesy of Wild Rivers Water Park. You can log on to angelsbaseball.com or visit the Big A ticket window to purchase your tickets today. So this one is not over yet. And it boils down to Santiago and Fuentes. A hit would likely tie the game, and out, the Angels win it. The pitch. That's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And all of a sudden now, Fuentes struggling a bit with his control, having hit a batter with 2 outs and walked the batter with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0. Ball 2, it's high and outside. 2-0 the count. It is not coming easy for Brian Fuentes here in the ninth. He's ready. The 2-0 pitch. And Santiago jumped away from that one. It was a called strike. 2-1 the count. That pitch looked like it was high and inside, but it was called a strike. Here's the 2-1 delivery. That one's cut on and fouled back. And again, for the 3rd straight batter, they're down to their final strike in the game. The problem has been Fuentes has just not been able to finish off one of these guys. We'll see if he can do it against Santiago, who has struck out twice and popped out to third. He hasn't hit the ball out of the infield tonight. The 2-2 delivery. He fouls it back to the screen behind home. These Tiger batters have been doing a pretty good job here in this 9th inning, staying alive with 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. The next pitch will be Fuentes' 24th pitch here in the 9th inning. He shakes off Napoli, and that gets Santiago to back out of the box. 4-3 Angels here in the ninth. 2 outs, runners at first and second. The 2-2 pitch. He got him, struck him out looking, and the ball game is over. Good news, the Angels are smiling tonight here in the ninth inning. No runs, a hit, a walk, a hit batsman, and they leave a pair of runners on base. Final score tonight, the Angels hold on.